because Jesus' earthly ministry was focused on the Jews and the law of Moses. Okay, for the truth of God to confirm the promises unto the fathers. That's step one. And Paul constantly says this, that Jesus came for the Jew first and also to the Greek. You may have read those verses. I don't know.
Who said that?
Paul.
Yeah.
That, well, not just Paul.
Again, you're basing.
But this is because
he is making that claim.
No, but look, because
himself look good.
No, but listen.
And this was the problem.
I'll show you.
And this was the
I'll
problem.
show you because, but you have a problem because
initially
you have a problem because you don't realize how what Paul is saying is actually what Jesus Christ laid the groundwork for. So here's another one. I've got to show you all this because I'm glad you're doing this with me because it shows you what, when you go on the internet and read things, it doesn't show you all this.
I didn't go on the internet. I've got a book over here. I've got a book over here. The book is not showing you all this because you're not even prepared for the counter objections. That's kind of odd. Okay. Well, so watch this then. Here's Matthew chapter 10. Jesus calls the 12 disciples. Okay. And he gives them power against unclean spirits to heal sicknesses and diseases. Here's the 12 apostles. And after he calls them, watch what it says. This is Matthew. This is Jesus talking. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them. This is after the Sermon on the Mount. Do you know what the Sermon on the Mount is? No.
Okay. So on the Sermon on the Mount, the 3 chapters where Jesus says, if anybody smites you on the right cheek, turn to him the left. If you look on a woman and you lust after her, you commit adultery. I came to fulfill the law of Moses. Not one jot or tittle of it shall fall to the ground. I came not to destroy the law. All that. After he does all that, he calls the 12 and look what he tells them. These 12 Jesus sent forth and commanded them, saying, go not into the way of the Gentiles. Don't go to the Gentiles. And into any city of the Samaritans enter ye not. Don't go teach this stuff to the non-Jews, but go rather to the lost sheep of the house of Israel.
Yeah.
So Jesus himself limits his teaching. He says this is just for Jewish people.
Yes, I know this.
Okay. And you've got the same thing in Matthew chapter 15, where a Lebanese woman like me, Syro-Phoenician Greek like me, she wants Jesus to heal her daughter, grievously vexed with the devil. And the Lord says, it's not meet to take the bread which is for the children and give them unto dogs. Do you know that story?
Yes, I know that.
Right. Okay. So it's in that sentiment that Paul says, perfectly in line with Jesus, Jesus was a minister of the circumcision. Because Jesus himself said, go preach the stuff to the Jews.
Exactly.
Right. Okay.
So when Jesus says, I'm not going to I'm not going to go to the Gentiles and not going to heal the woman who came with his daughter, he's telling he's only come for the lost sheep of children of Israel. And now Paul comes and changes all of this. I agree with you. No, hang on a second. Where is he in line with Jesus Christ?
So the fact that there's going to be a shift. So the shift was we knew there was going to be a shift. Look in John chapter 16. So after 3.
So Paul is a prophet now. Because he's come.
Of course, he's a prophet. He's an apostle. Of course, he's an apostle.
Prophet or an apostle?
Both.
Okay, I think
he's always been. I'm not sure why.
That's too much for me to take in. If she's calling Paul.
Well, that's like me saying. That's like me telling you. So Muhammad is a prophet now, not just a Rasul. Is Muhammad both an apostle and a prophet?
Muhammad, what?
Muhammad, is he both Rasul and Nabi?
Yes, he is.
Okay, yeah. What's shocking?
So here's John chapters. Christians agree Paul was a prophet.
Of course.
Where in the Bible does he say he's a prophet?
He had the gift of
right, George.
A prophet.
I think I have it enough. I think this is.
Well, let me show you. You opened it. Let me show you. Okay, here I'll show you. 1 Corinthians. Though I speak with the tongues of men and of angels and have not charity, I am become a sounding brass or tinkling. And
he's gonna glorify himself. Paul is gonna glorify himself.
Okay, now you're changing the subject. Okay?
I said, how can he? If a person, if I tell you I'm a prophet, will you accept that? Will you accept?
I'm sorry.
If I tell you I'm a prophet, will you accept?
That's not the point, though. Your point that we can discuss this later. Your initial point is Paul is not a prophet, and he's the one who actually. Paul is the one who tells prophets how to regulate their prophetic ministry. Right. It's Paul that gives the blueprint for the prophets.
Christian scholar who agrees with you on that, saying Paul is a prophet.
Okay, Khan, let me put another one in my ear because this one's bothering me.
Apart from you,
this idea that Paul is a prophet is not controversial. That's okay.
Christian scholar who agrees. They give me one Christian scholar then who says it.
Give me one Christian scholar that says he wasn't. Okay.
Right.
So, but
Thanks,
let me go on to show.
No, thank you. I think this is too much.
Okay.
You're not being honest now. You're not being honest now.
What do you mean I'm not being? Wait.
No,
I'm not being honest with what?
No. If I tell you something, which scholar says he's not a prophet? Is James a prophet now?
Hang on a second.
James a prophet?
Hang on.
Peter a prophet?
You're going to say I'm not. You're not.
James a prophet? Peter a prophet? Just because they didn't claim to be a prophet?
I'm sorry.
James a prophet? Peter is a prophet?
James is a prophet and Peter's a prophet, of course.
Okay, take care, George. No,
okay. You're acting like there's some kind of controversy there when there isn't one.
It is controversy. Okay. This is. I don't know. I think you're a scholar, and this is. I think this is. I don't even have the word. I don't want to offend you and say something. Have a good day.